Hey everybody, Sidewinder here with Static Impulse Gaming, and it's a Friday, so we're playing World of Warships. Today we're on the map Neighbors, and I'm going to be playing my Tier 7 American cruiser, the Pensacola. Now, most people don't like the Pensacola. It's got very thin armor for its tier, and you don't survive many battles, especially when you first switch over from the Cleveland. But as I'll try and demonstrate here today, the Pensacola can be a very nice ship as long as you play it right. So I do have I just have the damage control 1. But I do have defensive fire 2 because the Pensacola has great anti-aircraft guns. I happen to luck out and have an aircraft carrier in this round, although lately I have not run into a lot of rounds where there are aircraft carriers in them. I do have the Catapult Fighter 1, but I do have the Superintendent Commander skill, which is why I have 5 of both of those consumables. The only mod I have on this ship is the aiming system mod 1, which reduces the dispersion of the main guns by 7%. It increases the torpedo tube traverse speed by 20%, but that doesn't matter since the Pensacola has no torpedoes. It gives plus 5% firing range to the secondaries and minus 5% dispersion, but with a base firing range of 4.5 kilometers for the secondaries. That extra 5% doesn't really do much. It does have a main gun maximum range of 15.7 kilometers, which is kind of middle of the line. It's not really great range, but it's not bad range. My other commander skills, I do have the basic firing training, which gives me minus 10% reload for secondaries and plus 10% average damage per second for the anti-aircraft guns. Again, I have a lot of anti-aircraft built into this ship. I have expert marksman. The Pensacola has pretty slow turret traverse speed, so this gives me plus 0.7 degrees per second. And I have manual fire control for my anti-aircraft guns, which gives me plus 100% damage as long as the guns are over 85 millimeter, which I have 8 of them that are. You do have to designate the target for this one to be active, though. At the beginning of the round, I kind of stayed back a little bit because there is an aircraft carrier. I wanted to make sure that I could stick with one of my battleships and provide him some anti-aircraft fire if needed. Also, a nice thing to do with the Pensacola is stick around the other ships. You don't really want to go charging into the middle because your armor cannot take hits from the ships at this tier. So you kind of have to stay back a little bit. I saw that York over there, he was broadside at first, so I tried to hit him with some AP and I got a Citadel out of it. And then I saw him turning away, so I went ahead and switched up to my high explosive rounds and just trying to... I wasn't sure if he was going to stay in range because I was pretty close to my max range right now. So I thought I might have to switch over to the battleship, which I ended up doing. And Yes, I do see that Marblehead sitting there. He is broadside to me right now, but I already had the HE selected, so I decided to go ahead and give this battleship one more salvo of HE, maybe try and set him on fire some more. Firing off the salvo of AP that I just loaded, which I loaded specifically because I saw the Marblehead sitting there and he was broadside to me. He doesn't have the thickest armor to begin with, especially not against the Pensacola's guns. So even though I was hitting him bow on, still did a significant amount of damage with those AP rounds. I looked over and York was broadside again, so I tried another round of AP rounds at him. Got one hit, so not too bad. I am sticking with my battleship still, and so I'm going after a destroyer. May not be the easiest target, especially since I already have AP loaded instead of HE, but I wanted to make sure I got him out of there before he went after my battleships, trying to keep them in the game. And I've got the AP loaded. I was hoping that Marblehead would pop around the corner of that island, but he still hasn't yet. So the New York is broadside to me, and I can penetrate his armor with the Pensacola's guns. So took a couple of shots at him, 4,000 damage on that first one. Another 3,000 right there. And there's the Marblehead that I've been waiting for. One salvo, and got another Citadel on him, which gives me kill number 2 in this round. Now I do want to switch back to HE for this battleship. This New York has a decently good angle right now, but I had already loaded AP, so I went ahead and offloaded all of those rounds to because it would have been pointless to reload in the middle and spend a lot more time reloading. And now I've got HE. Checking that York, unfortunately he's 2 kilometers out of range. I was hoping he'd come in closer because he was broadside to me again. I was hoping those planes would come back my way, so I'm turning back towards the battleships to keep my anti-aircraft guns close to in range of them in case those planes do decide to turn in.
The ship is on fire.
And that New York, it looks like he stopped, and I think he went in reverse right there. Which you can tell by the smokestacks what they're doing. He is reversing, so you know to aim behind him a little bit instead of in front. Got another fire on him. It's nice to have continual damage going on in like that. Fortunately, the enemy aircraft carrier didn't want to send any of his planes my way. Kind of wanted to take some of them out.
We've destroyed an enemy battleship.
Got the final blow on that battleship. I don't know that I did most of the damage to him, but I did do a significant amount. And ended up scraping against that New York. Almost made it without having a collision there, but we were just a little too close. And I am constantly looking around right now, trying to see what the best target is. I have high explosive loaded, so I emptied the tubes of that, and now I'm loading armor piercing because he is perfectly broadside. And it looks like he is AFK right now. He is not moving or firing, so
Enemy cruiser sunk.
yeah, I thought about going in for the cap, but it looks like they have, looked like, I think I saw 2 destroyers pop up on the map by our base. So I went ahead and turned around. The Cleveland could definitely handle 2 destroyers by himself, but it looks like their cruiser and 2 battleships are also heading that way. They have a Cleveland and 2 battleships heading down towards the cap also, and that might be a little more of a challenge for the Cleveland. And I was really happy right here. I was getting ready to select my bomber target, and they went after our cruiser instead of coming after the battleships. So I thought I was going to get some planes right there, and I still didn't get any. Cleveland came out from behind cover, and he was perfectly broadside to me. So I have AP loaded, and I'm trying to get another Citadel. Got 3 right now, and I just grabbed Confederate. Getting pins, but I'm not getting that Citadel. I was hoping for the Kraken right there, but that kill got taken from me. It's okay though, because I mean, less guns the enemy has, the better it is for us.
Problem solved, sir.
York took a couple of pot shots at me, so I was gonna see if I can maybe finish him off, but he turned broadside, or he turned around, so I was trying to wait for him to finish his turn, and he disappeared. Took a shot where I thought he might be, and now I'm gonna go ahead and concentrate on the 2 New Yorks heading towards our cap, and the destroyers over there. switched over to HE because it's a battleship and I'm trying to go to set them on fire. There was also 2 destroyers at our cap, and HE works a lot better against a destroyer. And I know there's 2 battleships over there, but with my 2 battleships getting mixed up with the destroyers over there, my primary target's going to be the destroyers. Now I'm a fair distance off, and I have a very large arc with my shells, so it's quite a bit of lead to try and hit a destroyer from this range. And they have plenty of time to turn and try and dodge them. I'm taking a little bit of damage from the battleships, but again, the destroyers are my priority, and it looks like the battleship took out both of them. So, did a great job there, and now I'm focusing on this New York.
Critical engine damage.
I saw he was completely broadside to me and flat armor, so I went ahead and switched over to AP. I'm gonna see if maybe I can get some pins and possibly a citadel. That shot to my engine, I didn't realize how much he had damaged my engine, and I was at a standstill. So I used a repair there to get back up and not be a sitting duck. The main thing at the end there was to just keep the battleships from actually capping while our team was capping their base, and that ended up working out pretty well. We won the round, and I had 70,489 damage, 3 citadels, 106 hits, 4 kills, 2 set on fire, and I got Confederate and First Blood for that round. I did get 1,574 base XP. Anyways, the Pensacola can be a good ship. You just have to play to its strengths, and realize that it's not the same as the Cleveland. You can't go out in the middle of a battle and charge in like you used to be able to in the lower tiers. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you like this and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.